You are offered $1 million if you can name a place where nobody in history has ever had sex. What is your answer? Bottom of Mariana's Trench. Mermaider, mermaider. Knives? Check. Rope? Check. Dagger? Check. Chains? Check. Locks? Check. Laser beams? Check. Acid? Check. Body bag? Check. But beware, for when you quench your bloodthirst, others will seek vengeance on you and they won't rest until you're dead. Hold your breath and swim, and strange smell of death can't escape, blood will cloud, drift away, attract the murders of mermaids. It's so cold they all know what you've done, you can't run, vengeance is the law for the 1,000 leagues below the sea. You've been tracked, you've been seen murdering the next of kin or their hearts, drank their blood, wash your fins in blackened mud. Now you swim, try to hide, heart beats faster from inside, thought it was a big charade, your life is ended by mermaids. Mermaider, 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 repeat unto infinity. Reddisings. You know the person who invented the fake X button in mobile game ads? His bed. Don't know about that. He ducked a lot of people over. This ain't monogamy, y'all getting ducked. The sun. Did you mom there? My mom could no did there. Too hot. It was night at the time. Ah, so the sun had gone down? Not the only thing that went down. Sonolingus. Love me some sussy. She sucked the sol right out of him. This entire thread is ducking primo. The moon. NASA in turn stole more than $20 million worth of moon rocks so that he could have sex on the moon. Does this count? I love that the URL says NASA heist. Uranus. I'm sorry, but astronomers renamed Uranus in 2620 to end that stupid joke once and for all. It's now called a rectum. One of my favorite stupid jokes from Futurama. Thank you. The only show I can watch from the other room and crack up. Sometimes when I'm in a bad mood, I throw an episode on, immediately happy. Unless it's one of those episodes. Seymour still waiting. Exactly the one I thought of first. On top of the elephant's foot beneath the Chernobyl power plant. This was mine. But I think just the room itself, even pre-accident, would suffice. The Nuclear Power Plant Club has got to be pretty damned exclusive. It's exclusive, but they've got a lot of chemistry. Not to mention that any woman in the room looks positively radiant. My bed. Maybe your parents while you weren't there? I'm gonna guess no, unless it was ghost sex. Even then I'd seriously have my doubts. I too have had sex in this person's bed. Username checks out. The inside of a humpback whale. Don't be too sure. In a Swedish museum there is a blue whale that used to be open to the public to enter, but it had to be closed due to a couple getting caught having sex inside of it. Only English article about it I could find was this, atlasobscura.com. This is why I read down into the comments. To find someone bringing out the random knowledge that just makes you stop and admire the amazingly high trivia level of it. Reddit headquarters. I dunno, I find the image of two Lindy turds handsily slow ducking each other in an office chair too cheap to really support them while scrolling through scenes of ignored ban appeals as the rest of the workers in the open office setting look on, wishing they had the cardiovascular fortitude to move themselves onto the heaving pile. Entirely plausible. That painted a vivid picture in my head. Disgusting, but that requires serious talent. Thanks. I tried to get crusty in there as well, but that sentence is honestly out of room. My wife and I are the first people to live in our house. I could name a few rooms that would qualify, no problem. Maybe in the past people had sex on the ground where your house is now, though? Doesn't count if they're rooms in the second floor. Probably at least. Dinosaur sex. True. A large dinosaur's penis could have been hovering right where you sleep on the second floor. Or brand new sentence. There's a comic out there where King Kong is climbing a building and one guy wakes up to a face full of Kong dong. Fun fact, King Kong's dick would be less than a foot long. King Kong is roughly 4 to 5 times the height of the average silverback gorilla. The average silverback gorilla penis is around 3 to 6 centimeters long, so at max it would be around 11 inches when scaled to King Kong size. Very dependent on which version of King Kong you're dealing with. Anywhere from 25 feet to over 300 feet tall depending on the movie. So a huge swing in Kong dong. Sing a song of the wrong King Kong ding dong. Inside an industrial shredder. To shreds you say? How's the wife? To shreds you say? Tut tut tut. Sad, terrible, gruesome news about my colleague Dr. Mabutu. Was his apartment rent controlled? Right here. Considering the Earth's rotation around the Sun, our solar system's position and rotation around our galactic core, and the overall expansion of the universe, each place we do anything in, is unique. Can I have my money now? Winner here, pay up. Alright, I will write them a check for $1 million. I don't even know why I offered this much for a piece of trivia that I am going to forget by lunch. I probably could have just asked for the sake of discussion and got some good answers. Or like $20. Who wouldn't say something like the bottom of the Marinara Trench for $20? Why do I start so high? Like, I didn't even try to haggle. It doesn't even matter. When I tell the group chat this answer, they are just going to say you get no bitches anyway, because that is clearly the correct answer. It's the perfect setup to tell someone they have no bitches all along. Even if they had many bitches, the setup is too good, nobody will care for the science. It's like mentioning Steve Jobs and not talking about his death at the hands of Ligma. It's impossible. This will do nothing for me except add to another enormous debt pile from AskReddit epic sex questions. I don't know why I fund these operations. I don't know why I like to offer hyperbolic amounts of money for basically musings and epic Reddit sex questions about sexy sex. Dear women of Reddit, would you have sex for $1 billion? Between this and the avocado toast, I am never going to afford a house. TF is Ligma. I thought he died of cancer? Steve Jobs, my balls. In a pineapple under the sea. What do you mean SpongeBob is always getting laid? Her cheeks weren't always Sandy Amirite. They just need one helmet at least in Bob's bedroom for Sandy to keep breathing. Peak of Everest. Frozen dick for an eternal erection. Everest suddenly got about 6 inches taller. Look at Mr. Big Dick over here. But there was shrinkage. I was in the pool. My car. I keep an eye on that thing, no action. All attempts have been shot down and at best case scenario moved elsewhere for the initiation. Dirty Mike and the boys have some news to share. Pluto. You underestimate Goofy. I'm sorry, Mr. Mouse, but I can't grant you a divorce just because you say your wife is crazy. I didn't say she was crazy, Your Honor. I said she was ducking Goofy. Fun fact, from 1991 to 2009, the voice actors for Mickey and Minnie were married to each other. Wayne Allwine and Russi Taylor. There is a 0% chance those voices didn't spill over into the bedroom. Oh ho! Here comes the Dicky Mouse. It's a surprise tool that'll help us later. The surface of the sun. Humans have never been there, and any life trying to get there would be vaporized long before reaching it. I have been there and it was pretty damn hot. Just go at night.